In the midst of a global pandemic, the average person was faced with an unprecedented crisis. A crisis where irresponsible money printing led to unparalleled levels of inflation, uncertainty, and volatility across the globe. In the search for safety and sound money, people began stacking gold, silver, and platinum. The gold and silver stacking is not without risk, but one risk reigns supreme over all others. There is one and only one unique risk that causes stackers to twist and turn in their beds only to wake up screaming and terrified. Imagine you spend years saving and stacking and saving, converting fiat into real money, buying those shiny gold and silver coins and bars only to find out that one unique risk associated with stacking gold and silver is the way in which stackers dramatically lose their silver and gold. Which is why most stackers do not fear government confiscation, because the government can't confiscate what stackers have already lost. We all know there are few things as alluring and desirable as the glimmer of gold and silver. They represent the promise of wealth and security, the embodiment of value and power. While the stock market is plummeting, businesses are shutting down, and people are being laid off, amidst all this chaos and turmoil, we seek precious metals, only to learn that we have almost 100% likelihood of tragically losing our metals in boating accidents. For those lucky enough to evade the perils of boating with precious metals, they soon learn that karmic-like forces are all aligned against them as they find new and creative ways to have their beloved metals taken from them. But this is not the end of the story. For in the face of adversity and loss, there is always the possibility of a comeback. A chance to rise from the ashes like a phoenix and reclaim what is rightfully yours. Stay with me as we delve into the dramatic world of lost gold and silver investments. As some experience the traumatic loss of fortunes forever, some losses are recovered, and where the true test of strength lies in the ability to recover from these situations. This public service announcement is being brought to you by Stackers University, the only place where you stack smarter and never stop learning, and Pimbex, the new kid on the online bullion block. Now back to our PSA. In recent years, we have witnessed more and more discoveries of lost treasures in large bodies of waters found by divers and fishermen in places like the Caribbean and even Lake Michigan, ironically located off the shore of Poverty Island. These massive discoveries are nothing in comparison to the horrific losses experienced by stackers this decade. Just listen to some of these heartbreaking stories, like the anonymous stacker who had the good fortune to take a picture of his stack right before his boating accident. These pictures are invaluable when it comes to filing police reports or reporting losses to the IRS. Some stackers are just downright unlucky, like IMP, who bought 4 different boats, all with gaping holes in the hull, which resulted in multiple losses of his stack. While Economic Friend lost his stack and his dear friend Frodo in Lake Tahoe. Too Great to Forget reminds us that guns can also be lost in these boating accidents. Speaking of unique losses, there's also Vernon 101, who didn't lose his stack in a boating accident. Instead, he lost his virginity. Well, my friend, some losses are better than others. Nah, I can do better than that. How about your loss, her gain? Nah, that doesn't pack a punch. How about, I'm glad I didn't see that one coming. Okay, let's just keep it PG here, folks. If you're learning anything, if you're finding value in this video, if you're having a good time, if you love stacking, if you love stackers, or you just want to show some support, could you please hit the like button? Thank you so much. Also, if you want to learn more about me, Dr. Stacker, and my backstory, be on the lookout for a video on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week from Frostbite, where he interviews yours truly. And just when you thought the solution was to tell stackers to stay off of boats, we find out from user Saint51688 that he had some gold, but unfortunately it was lost during a hurricane on his oceanfront property in Arizona. I've included a map for my international viewers so that you can see how unique that this is, as Arizona is landlocked in an area where hurricanes don't occur. I'm telling you folks, it's dangerous for us stackers. Another user, The Brighter Side of Life, said that holes in your pockets can result in losses to your stack. I'm so sorry for your loss, brother. Todd Nelson also didn't have a boat, but he too experienced tragedy when the thin ice underneath his fish shack gave way and he lost his entire stack. S-Win's story alerts us to the danger of wild animals like raccoons stealing his stack, and what could only be explained as something out of an episode of Dora the Explorer, if only S-Win had said, "Swiper, no swiping" to the raccoon. Above all else, user The House on Ranch Drive reminds us of the importance of documentation so that we can accurately report to the authorities the incredible losses we have experienced. Where do we go from here? What should we do? How are we going to keep our stack safe? Solution 1. Tape all the metals to your body. You surely won't lose them then. If tape sounds too painful, you can always, number 2, wrap yourself like a mummy with your coins attached to you. That should keep them safe. Or as Case Vac DeVille Doc reminds us, it's a lot easier to keister 20K in gold versus 20K in silver. But I would imagine that would be something you'd have to work your way up to. Or number 4, feel free to send your stack to good old Doc Stacker for safekeeping. Okay, all jokes aside, folks, I felt like we just needed a day off from class and to have a little fun and hopefully laugh about this topic of stackers always losing their metals in boating accidents. I hope I made you laugh a little bit. With that, keeping your metals safe is no joking matter, and I have a video that I'm going to show right up here in a few seconds, a video where I covered everything about how to hide and keep your metals safe at home in particular. In the comment section, other than boating accidents, what are some of the other ways in which you've lost, quote unquote, your stack? Remember, your comment could also serve as proof of loss in case of government confiscation. Do you have any other suggestions for keeping metal safe? Give yourself an A+ for making it through this video. Another one in the grade book for you. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.